Hi everyone, in this video I'll be reading part 3 of The Christmas Ball with Felicity for Now. So, it's a crossover of the shows Violetta and Soy Luna. So, let's start the video now. Okay. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Anyway, Diego points out, "That's great. Since you know, could you spot my father for a minute, please?" Miguel accepts. "Sure." Gregorio, annoyed, says, "I don't need a spotter." Sorry, I felt a burp coming on. Diego tells, "Don't listen to him, Miguel. My father has a tendency to faint when he hears news like this." Miguel is now spotting Gregorio by standing behind Gregorio. "Anyway, the reason it will take 8 more months to be delivered is," Fran finishes the sentence, "because one day this gift will call you Grandpa or Granddad, or you can decide what our future son or daughter calls you. I'm going to..." Sorry, Gregorio, shocked, repeatedly says, "I'm going to be a grandpa. I'm going to be a grandpa." Anyway, sorry. "Wait. Why are you telling me this now?" asks Gregorio. Diego explains. "1, so you can mentally prepare, and 2, says Fran, we want you to be a part of this process, since Carla didn't let you when it came to Diego. Yeah, we want you to be there for the ultrasounds, and we want you to help us choose a crib and stroller. We'd like you to be there with us for doctor's appointments and the delivery, even if it's just outside the room or in the room. It'll depend how Fran feels. But anyway, Diego says, "I want you in my kid's life, Dad," says Diego, "and if you're up for it." Gregorio tells, "Of course I'm up for it." Gregorio says, still in awe, "I'm a grandpa. Wow. Does your future kid have godparents yet?" Fran says, "Yep, Leon and Violetta, they just have to sign the paperwork and then we're all good." Gregorio asks, "And what about names? Have you thought about that yet?" Fran confirms, "Yes, we have Antonio for a boy." Diego says, "And for a girl, Felicity, since we've been really enjoying Felicity for Now's posts lately." Luna says, "Would you two like to meet Felicity for Now?" Diego, shocked, says, "You know her?" Luna reveals, "Yes, we're best friends." Fran certain says, "And to answer your question, heck yeah, we want to meet her." 3 minutes later, Luna informs, "Okay, just talk to Felicity. She's on her way over with her boyfriend and her dad." While they wait for Felicity and them to come, Gregorio points out, "Wow, it feels like just yesterday Ludmilla was telling me you were my son. And now I'm going to be a grandpa," says Gregorio. Gregorio faints now that he's fully processed the info. Miguel catches him. Diego wonders, "Hey, Amanda, can you get my dad a chair, please?" Amanda is surprised. "Thank you for using your manners," places a chair from the dining room behind Gregorio. Miguel then places Gregorio in the chair. Fran points out, while he fully processes that info, for the record, Gregorio found... Fran says, while he fully processes that info, for the record, Gregorio found out about Diego about 10 years ago. Just a reminder. Diego corrects, "Actually, it's been over 10 years since we found out that we were related." Fran tells, "Whatever." Gregorio snaps out of it. "Okay, so, Francesca, do twins run in your family?" Fran reveals, Yes, I have cousins on both sides of my family whom are twins, but it skipped my generation. Why do you ask? Gregorio reveals, 'cause twins typically run in the family. So I want you to mentally prepare for that possibility. Fran realizes, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Diego agrees, shocked. I can't believe I didn't consider that, but the possibility of twins. With a smile on his face fades. Thankfully, Cato is close enough and catches Diego. Now both Diego and Gregorio are sitting on chairs from the dining room. I think it would be really fun to find out that was like a weird flaw that Diego kind of got, was like when they're shocked they kind of faint from his dad kind of thing. I think that would be kind of funny in a non-serious way. In a serious way, that's not really good, but anyway. Now both Diego and Gregorio are sitting on chairs from the dining room, while everyone else is still standing in the front entry area. 3 minutes later, Felicity and Gaston and Richard come through the entrance off the kitchen. Luna hears the doorbell. Oh, that's Felicity and them. Runs to the door and answers the door. Directs them to the living room. So they came in the back door by the kitchen kind of thing. So anyway, now they're all in the living room. Luna introduces Diego and Francesca. Diego and Francesca meet Felicity and Roller Track and Richard. Francesca says, "You're Felicity? You're so young. With the maturity of your writing, I didn't have you pegged for a teenager. Wow. Yep, we're keeping that as a name option, Diego." "I fully agree," says Diego. "A name for what exactly?" Pablo says, Oh, I get it." "Get what?" says Nina. Pablo points out, "Actually, I don't want to assume, so we'll just leave it at that." Diego wonders, "Pablo? What are you doing here?" Pablo reveals, "I'm Felicity's ride." Nina wonders, "Dad, why are you answering to Pablo? You told me, Maura, and Mom that your name was Richard." "You're Felicity's dad, Pablo?" Pablo reveals, "Yes, my real name is Richard. Pablo was my rock star name, which I came up with in college when I created a band with Angie, Beto, Maria, myself, and Gregorio." I think it would be so fun to find out that they were like in a college band together, and then they ended up all working at the same school kind of thing. So, I mean, I know Maria didn't work at the school, but like, you get my point. Like, and then a majority of them start working at the school together. I think that would have been really fun to find out that they were like in a college band together. That would have been so much fun. Sorry, I need a drink. Alright, my tea is done. Okay. Nina, shocked, says, "You were a rock star?" Pablo answers, "Yep. Then 5 years later, we reconnected when we all got jobs at a performing arts school." Well, all but Maria. She'd unfortunately passed by that point. Amber, shocked, "You two were teachers at a performing arts school?" Gregorio confirms, "Yes, I was the dance teacher." Sharon, shocked, "You're a dancer?" Gregorio confirms, "Yes." Luna asks, "Can you show us your best trick?" Gregorio says, "I'd love to, but I'm in a suit right now. I'd love to, but I'm in a suit right now." Pablo brings up, "That hasn't stopped you in the past." Gregorio admits, "You're so right." Does the trick. They're all impressed by Gregorio's move. 5 minutes later, Nina, shocked, says, I still can't believe, the Diego and Francesca Hernandez are fans of mine. A few months ago, my dad introduced me to your music, and I immediately loved it. Francesca compliments, well, you're so talented and smart. Sorry, let me get back on camera here. Francesca compliments, well, you're so talented and smart, and your dad taught us all of what we know about music. Nina, surprised, really? 'Cause I only know the geeky video gamer side of my dad, says Nina. Diego in awe says, wait, Pablo, you play video games? Nina reveals, he doesn't just play them, but also creates them. Diego, shocked, so you went from musician to video game developer? Nina answers, yeah, cool, right? Diego and Fran agree. Diego and Francesca agree, say totally, in agreement, say totally. Nina asks, have you ever played the game Musical Zombies? Diego tells, of course, it's our favorite game. Nina reveals, my dad created it as a combo of his two favorite passions. Diego and Fran and awe say, that's so cool. Side note, what do you think a game called Musical Zombies would be about? Comment what you think before I reveal my thoughts. Now, what I envision is by hitting the correct notes on different instruments, you defeat the zombies kind of thing, right? And while you play, you subconsciously learn the instrument, and you get to choose the instrument, and at any time, at any point, you can change it. Everything from singing to actual instruments. So you could play karaoke style kind of thing. Side note, I feel like it would be a fun way to learn an instrument if you don't have the means to do so otherwise. Back to the story now. So, on another note, says Nina, I hear there's a reason you wanted to meet me. Diego reveals, first, we're big fans of your posts. Fran confesses, so much so that if we have a... Alright, my load of laundry needed to get transferred to the dryer, so I got food on my shirt and it didn't come out, so I'm kind of frustrated. But anyway, back to the story. Not getting sidetracked here. Anyway, Fran says, so much so that if we have a daughter, we'd like to name her Felicity after you. Diego asks, if that's okay with you. Nina reveals, of course it is. Though I should tell you, my real name is Nina. Felicity for now is my screen name. Rollertrack is also my boyfriend's screen name. His real name is Gaston. Or Gaston? I'm gonna go with Gaston, because it's easier for me to pronounce. Anyway, Diego explains, we kind of figured that Felicity for now wasn't your real name kind of thing. Are you still okay with us using Felicity as a name for our future daughter? Nina confirms, yes, I am. And what are you thinking for a boy's name? Also, are you, right now? Diego points out, Pablo, you're gonna like this. We were thinking Antonio in honor of him. Pablo, shocked, oh my gosh. Luna wonders, who's Antonio? Pablo reveals, he was like my work dad, but more than that, he was a fatherly figure after losing my bio dad, says Pablo. Luna points out, oh my gosh, that's really sweet. Everyone agrees. Francesca answers, and yes, she's pregnant. Pablo, shocked. That means Gregorio's going to be a grandpa. Gregorio, surprised. I know, I still can't believe it. Pablo tells, congrats to all of you. Everyone echoes Pablo. Nina, shocked, says, I can't believe I might have a kid named after me. Wow, that's so cool. Fran brings up, I should also mention that twins run in my family, so there's a chance we may be able to use both names. Pablo admits, that would be awesome. Fran agrees. I know, right? So Gregorio enjoys being a part of everything relating to the baby. 2 months later, they find out they're in fact having twins. 6 months later, Fran delivers 2 healthy babies, a girl and a boy, who they name Felicity and Antonio. Gregorio enjoys being a grandpa. Leon and Violetta have signed the papers to become their godparents. Their godparents. Nina's honored that a kid was named after her. Amber and Sol work on growing their relationship. Alright, I had to pause for a second because I thought someone was going to interrupt my recording. So, Amber and Sol work on growing their relationship. Gaston and Nina enjoy being a couple. Amber and Sharon soften with the influence of Sol in their lives. Everyone's happy there's no more secrets between them. The end of the Christmas ball with Felicity for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope there wasn't any glitching because I had to pause it during parts of it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.